Yeah. She walks in calm, yeah, she's not too loud. Faith in her soul, got her head in the clouds. Talks real life, never sugarcoats. Beauty and truth in everything she posts.
But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things will be provided for you. Matthew 6, verse 33. Hey guys, I am back with another video. Today, y'all, is a really exciting day. I am hosting my first, well, this is my second technically, but I feel like this is like a more bigger event. But this is my first second event that I'm hosting in Charlotte. I'm hosting an event. It's a film panel. So I'm going to be vlogging today, and I'm gonna bring y'all along for the ride. Yeah. So right now I'm currently getting ready. It's currently 12:51, and I need to be at the venue by 2. So I have an hour to get ready. A little less than an hour actually, but I have about an hour to get ready. And then I need to get there so I can help set up. Also have to print out something. And then yeah. So I'm just gonna bring y'all along to get ready with me. I'm gonna start off with my hair just because I want that to set. So I want to turn on some music because I want to listen to music. And I don't know why my voice sound like that. And yeah, let's get into it. setting up for the event right now. We're setting up for the event right now, so I'm gonna show y'all.
And I'm Rayne, I'm the founder of the White World Community.
And we appreciate you all coming out on this busy, hot Saturday. We do appreciate you all coming here and being here to support both of us. So we do appreciate it. So for today's panel, our moderator for this afternoon is Dr. Summer Surratt. She is a human service professional, adjunct professor, and the host of her podcast, Rooted with Dr. Surratt, where she creates space for real, honest conversations about relationships, boundaries, and personal growth. Please help me welcome Dr. Surratt.
A lot more creativity that's happening in this area because of that. And this is where those new ideas, like the future of whatever the industry will look like, will come from.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, I think it's also about like.
My friend had passed away that following year in a car accident. And so I spent about 2.5 years in a deep depression. And I didn't really care about anything anymore. I was like, anything could happen. I'm gonna just throw something to the wall and see what sticks. So I broke up with my boyfriend, I quit my job, I packed up my car, and I drove across country. I drove across country by myself from Washington, D.C. At that time I was in D.C. I drove from D.C. to L.A. by myself over the course of 25 days in a mini Eat, Pray, Love, if you will. And I got to L.A., I had a couch that I could sleep on, and 10 days later, I ran into Lil Rel, who's a comedian, actor, writer, producer, and we were at a party, just like in a parking lot. Get out and just come out. He hadn't hit his real stride yet, and he was talking about he needed somebody to watch his kids for the summer. And I was like, well, I just moved here. I don't have a job. And I'm good with kids. Like, if you want, here's my number, give me a call. And he actually did. And I started assisting him after that. So I assisted Rel for 5 years out in LA. 2 years after that, I started producing some things for him. And I was like, you know, I need to do something for myself. And I
Take me out west. And when I realized even about my first short film that I wrote and made in LA, there was suddenly these southern kind of tropes that was embedded in it. It was about the police-involved shootings that had happened in Charlotte in 2016, and the feelings of a character who was from that area but was living 3,000 miles away and felt kind of hopeless, right? So like, and I didn't set out intentionally to think like, oh, this is about this guy from the South who's feeling the South way. It just kind of naturally came to me. And I think ultimately in my journey of like relocating back to North Carolina and going to film school, a big part of my brand is telling stories about not only the Black experience across the Southern diaspora, but it's also about like also not putting a focus on that our stories are all the inner city stories. I grew up in the backwoods of the country. I grew up working on a farm and turkey houses, and there's a lot of us that's out there doing those type of things. And you know, a lot of my work is about kind of seeing, you spoke of landscape, you spoke of texture. There's this picturesque version of the South that's in my head that, you know, not to say it doesn't exist in film, but I can't necessarily point to any single film that has done it the way that I feel like I've seen it. So I feel responsible for being a steward of Southern filmmakers and being a artist who, it doesn't mean that my career will always be here, but I had a conversation with Franklin Leonard in 2020, who was the founder of the Blacklist. So if anybody in here is a writer, basically, you know, write your script, upload it to the Blacklist. They kind of help discover new voices in the industry. And he asked about me. I just wanted a quick picture. And one thing he told me, hey, stop telling me about yourself. So I gave him my whole little speech, my 30-second elevator. And he was more impressed with the idea that I'm almost like stubborn about being local to North Carolina to make my first feature and He was like, if you ever come to LA, I'd much rather know you as that person that's from there that did that than just being yet another artist out here that I can throw a rock and hit. So it's something about that conversation really stuck with me. So
Yeah, she's not too loud. Faith in her soul, got her head in the clouds. Talks real life, never sugarcoats. Beauty and truth in everything she posts. That's right, yeah, she keeps it real. Every word got something you can feel.